Swadika, good morning and welcome to Newsline. My name is Cholapansa Narula. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. It's Monday, October 19th, and here are today's top stories. In today's Thailand Moves Forward, the National Reform Steering Assembly is scheduled to hold its third meeting since its conception to discuss more pressing issues. After accepting the role of committee chairman, NRSA chairman Captain Thinapan Nakata said that the media had an important role in the country's reform as it served as a medium of relaying information to the public. Captain Thinapan also vowed to continue the work of the previous reform committee by successfully interpreting and implementing the country's reform agendas, and that the NRSC, that is the National Reform Steering Assembly, would decide what issues needed to be addressed first. As for the National Reconciliation Agenda, the responsibility mainly rests with the National Council for Peace and Order, with the support of the other major reform bodies. Moving on to our next story, Charter Drafting Commission or CDC spokesman Amon Wanipiwat revealed that the committee has already invited independent organizations to give their opinions about the charter being drafted and will analyze the information gained for use in the analysis and drafting process. As for the suggestions from political parties, CDC spokesman said many parties had presented their ideas through various media. The committee will look into the proposed points in due course. In addition, the CDC has also been invited by the Army's Territorial Defense Command to speak to reserve students at the Reserve Affairs Center in an effort to raise their understanding about the process of the charter drafting as well as the government's roadmap. Suggestions obtained from various groups will be filtered and considered by the CDC. And once the charter drafting is in progress, the information will be sent to the Territorial Defense Command so that the latter will help relay the information to other parties. The CDC spokesman said the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is set to clarify the charter drafting process to diplomats from over 40 countries and international organizations on October 19th, which is today at 10 a.m. at the ministry itself. Recently, the Cabinet has approved new real estate stimulus policies that would grant home loans from the Government Housing Bank to those who had their loan applications denied by commercial banks. This policy will be in effect from October 19 to the end of the next year. Another policy reduces several home loan-related transaction fees. Today, we'll find out how real estate agencies have responded to these new regulations. Joining us today is Kun Pornarit Chuan Chai Sit, President of the Thai Real Estate Association. Swadika.
Swadika. Hello.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes.
All right, let's begin by asking, how has your organization dealt with increasing demand for government housing?
Hello. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me, Kun Pornarit?
Hello.
Yes, can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Okay, so I'd like to ask you, how has your organization dealt with increasing demand for government housing? Give us an overview, please.
Today is the first day of the National Government Housing Bank will issue the pack of the home loan. Which I believe that it is very popular among homeowners.
Yes.
And the stock of the housing now it's like 70,000 units to 80,000 units waiting for transfer renewal at the end of the year. This will be very important for the real estate business.
I see. So the stimulus measures which are going to be rolled out now is expected to help boost the sales of the real estate sector in the last quarter of the year? Yes.
Without the government policy, the real estate business is 5-2% of growth. Now, with the boost of the government, like 10 to 13% of growth. and the next year will be the great year of real estate also.
I see. But before we move on, kindly give us an overview how hard and difficult it was for the real estate business in the first half of the year. I mean, it was really slow, but how sluggish was the business? Can you give us a picture of what has happened?
We passed 3 quarters of the year already, and the people have less confidence of using money in everyday life. But now it's going better and better because of the stability of the government. Now I believe that next year will be the good year for some other business also, because everything will be getting better.
Mm-hmm. But it has been a difficult period of time. Just give us some of the figures that you have. I believe that the rejection rates for home loans were reasons why the property business was really slow. How high was the rejection rates earlier?
Last 3 quarters, the rejection rate is like I believe that is 20 to 30% of the rate of the rejection rate. And I still believe that they still have a lot of credit customers that can pass the credit check. Mm-hmm. And after the government has some boost to the market, I believe that there will be some good customers that can pass the loan check for the bank.
Mm-hmm. So if that happens in line with your expectation, you believe that towards the end of the year, in the final quarter, you'll be seeing a growth in the property sector. Is that correct?
Yes.
And
yes.
That would be by how many % again?
Now it's like 20 to 30% of the rejection rate.
No, I mean the growth. Once we see the stimulus measures and people getting the loans from the banks easily, easier than before, what's the growth rate at the final quarter of the year, Q4?
Final rate will be 10 to 13% in the industry, real estate industry.
I see. Now, how has your organization discussed with real estate agencies the activities to boost sales in the last quarter? So what have you been discussing with your peers?
We have like 400 members of the association. I have to talk with the members how we can organize the government policy of the low-income housing, and we will come up with some solution that we can help the government to build the house for the low-income people.
Mm-hmm. I see.
And the next year, at the August next year, deposit protection will decrease to 1 million baht for commercial bank. I believe that they got plenty of deposit in the bank that will come out to find some other yield for them. So real estate business will be the good choice for them next year.
So it will be a good investment opportunity.
Yes.
Now,
right.
Once you invest in property, just give us an idea. What kind of return rates, do investors get, especially in times like this?
Pardon me, I can hear you.
Since you mentioned that investing in property might bring about good investment opportunities, so I'm just wondering if our viewers are watching, once you invest in real estate, what kind of return on investment do you get these days?
I think that it would be like 5 to 10% at least.
5 to 10%?
Because 5 to 10%. Because the price of the condominium and the good real estate property increased 20 to 30% in 3 years. Mm-hmm. Back in 3 years.
I see. And does it have to be investing in the CBD areas in Bangkok as prime locations?
Yes, yes.
So
many condominium was opened a new project at the first quarter of this year. and they are very successful.
I see. Now, lastly, suggestions. Since you are the president of the Thai Real Estate Association, would you like to suggest anything that the government should help assist in regards to boosting the real estate sector further?
The thing that government gave us last week was very good already. We hope that the next year they will postpone the property tax for at least 1 year, because that will not be very good for the business. And other thing was also already.
All right. Well, Kun Pornarit, thank you very much for sharing with us your views right here on Newsline this morning. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. And that was Kun Pornarit Chuanchaisit, President of the Thai Real Estate Association, joining us this morning on Newsline. Let's move on to the next story now. The Best SMEs of Thailand event continues to garner a lot of attention from the public, attracting crowds of people to the venue at Klong Padung Krung Kasem Market, which is near the Government House. The event features goods for sales from all regions at reasonable prices. The public may be offered interest rates as low as 4% while getting advice on loans, along with information on how to run a business and how to write a business plan. Vendors say the event is an opportunity for them to offer their goods to consumers directly, while also exchanging know-how with other SMEs. The event is open to the public from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. until October 25th. For more information, please contact the hotline number, that is 1357. 1357. The Chinese Vegetarian Festival in Hat Yai, Songkhla, over the weekend was in full swing, with a great number of tourists from Malaysia and Singapore joining the event. At the province's main walking street, there were sacred rituals such as blade ladder climbing, which attracted 1,000 of foreign tourists. 100,000 firecrackers were also set off, filling the Hat Yai city with their sound, of course. The Chinese vegetarian event on the walking street was held to stimulate Hat Yai's tourism during the period. Other southern provinces famous for celebrating the Chinese Vegetarian Festival are Trang and Phuket, where grand ceremonies are held every year. Bangkok Deputy Governor Dr. Pusadi Tamthai chaired the opening ceremony of the Bike for Her activity, which was held at the Wachira Benjatat Park. The cycling event, organized by the Thai Society of Clinical Oncology and the Zonta Club of Bangkok 7, aims to raise greater awareness of breast cancer. The Deputy Bangkok Governor said the city is ready to support and help cancer patients towards a healthy recovery. Event goers are able to get tested to find out their risk of getting breast cancer, as well as consult with medical experts. Large crowds of people joined the cycling event to show their support for the fight against breast cancer. Local fishermen of Krabi province rescued elderly Norwegian tourist who got stuck in the mud. Local Krabi fishermen voluntarily rescued a couple of 2 Norwegian bird watchers who got stuck in deep mud beside Krabi River in Tambon Pak Nam of Mueang district of Krabi province. The Samaritan, Mr. Pichit Ubonjinda, a fisherman in Krabi, threw himself face down on the muddy floor for both the tourists to climb on his back and pull themselves up from the mud. After both of them were saved, the fisherman left without asking for anything in return. Pinit Bunle, Krabi Governor, awarded the fisherman in a gesture of appreciation for his good deed. And that's it for today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. We'll now take a quick look at the exchange rates and commodity prices, and then Newsline will return with ASEAN and beyond, plus other global news. Stay with us.
maintain a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. First among them, to uphold the three pillars, the nation, religion, and the monarchy.
ASEAN Political and Security Community. Prevent being deceived. Prevent being forced. Prevent being injured. The problem of human trafficking in children, women, and labor has been increasingly severe. Thailand and the ASEAN Intergovernmental Commission on Human Rights are working together to get rid of these problems in order to be fully accepted by the international community. One vision, one identity, one community. ASEAN Community. ASEAN member countries have agreed that the main part of the ASEAN community is its people. People are therefore to be the central focus. ASEAN Political and Security Community. In terms of politics and security, ASEAN promotes democracy, the principle of law, and good governance that protects fundamental human rights and freedoms accordingly. In terms of the economy, ASEAN gives priority to every section in society. For example, it promotes small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, and supports more public-private partnerships. A study of the social effects of the expansion of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Three issues are: 1. Problem of laborers' migration. 2. Problem of ensuring security against new forms of crime. And 3. Problem of providing social welfare wherever needed. One vision, one identity, one community.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. Today we begin a set of special reports from Kun Panotsi Sinsap looking at the growing business activity in one of our closest neighbors.
The Lao People's Democratic Republic has a very healthy GDP growth of around 7% year on year. Their total export value in 2014 was just over $4 billion, and business is still blooming this year in Laos. There is a deep connection between Thailand and Laos, and in Laos, people tend to love Thai products, services, and even TV shows and music. Thai goods can be found easily, and all Thai traditional television channels are available here. Many shops near the borders and elsewhere in the country accept Thai baht or US dollars. Sounds promising, and there is a growing number of venture capitalists who are entering the Lao market, and Laos have shown much support for foreign investors, even allowing 100% foreign ownership.
The Laotian government has had an open-door policy towards foreign investors, and it's been this way since 1986. We have set clear investment policies and have been improving them to be as supportive as possible. Our policies support various industries, whether it's agriculture, hospitality services, manufacturing, or anything else. We have established 10 special economic zones, which you can choose to operate in, and each has its special privileges, such as tax exemption for 10 years, or tax-free import of goods that will be processed for export.
Ms. Pimon Pongkongkao is the Thai Minister Councillor of Commerce in Laos, who will show us the services the Thai Embassy offers if you are ever interested in investing here.
We have an ASEAN Business Support Center throughout ASEAN member countries, and we have information on our department's website. You can log on at ditp.go.th, where you'll be able to learn more about the details of each country in ASEAN. The registration processes are similar to Thailand, and the type of registration is also similar, except that over here you can be the sole owner, while in Thailand you need at least 2 local people to register.
Despite many things being similar to Thailand, Ms. Vimon mentioned that Laos is not Thailand and that consumer behavior is similar in some ways but not all. It is highly recommended that potential investors come and visit the country and learn more about it before engaging in a business venture here. For NBT World, I'm Panos Sinsap in Vientiane, Laos.
In other global news, Israeli police said a Palestinian gunman went on a shooting rampage at the central bus station in the southern Israeli city of Beersheba, killing a soldier and wounding 11 other people. In one of the most serious Palestinian attacks against Israelis during this month's upsurge of violence, police said the attacker was shot dead after a protracted gun battle. Palestinian media outlets named the attacker as Assam al-Raj from Shuafat on the outskirts of Jerusalem. A number of the wounded were police officers. Hospital officials said 2 people were in critical condition. 42 Palestinians and 8 Israelis have died in recent violence, which was in part triggered by Palestinians' anger over what they see as increased Jewish encroachment on Jerusalem's Al-Aqsa Mosque compound. Hundreds of migrants turned up at Slovenia's border with Austria after a passage through the country was opened to limit the influx in neighboring countries. Some 3,000 migrants, many of them Syrians fleeing war, entered Slovenia from Croatia on Saturday after fellow EU member Hungary sealed its southern border with Croatia at midnight on Friday. Buses packed with migrants backed up on Serbia's border with Croatia on Sunday. Their passage to Western Europe has been slowed by the new diversion through Slovenia. Slovenia warned on Sunday it would not accept unlimited numbers of migrants crossing its border, saying Croatia, Serbia and Macedonia would likely have to take steps to slow the flow. The arrival of projected 700,000 migrants this year to Europe's shores, fleeing war and poverty in the Middle East, Africa and Asia by boats and dinghies across the Mediterranean and Aegean seas, has exposed deep and often ugly divisions in the EU. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry met with Spain's Foreign Minister José Manuel Margallo in Madrid after arriving for a 2-day visit to the country. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry was greeted by the Spanish ambassador to the United States, Ramon Gil Casares, after landing at the Torrejón de Ardoz military air base late on Sunday afternoon, marking his first visit to Spain as Secretary of State. He then met with Garcia Margallo at the Spanish Foreign Ministry, Vienna Palace, where the two exchanged gifts. During his visit, Kerry is expected to sign an agreement over the cleanup of a radioactive area in the town of Palomares in southern Spain, where a U.S. aircraft accidentally crashed with several nuclear bombs on board in 1966. Kerry's visit to Madrid comes several months after his previous trip was cancelled in May after he broke his leg in a cycling accident in France just hours before his departure for Spain. And that's it for today's edition of Newsline. Thank you very much for joining us. If you wish to send in your comments, please do so. The email address is newsline.nbt@gmail.com. Today we say goodbye with a stone crab eating contest held in Florida, where 30 contestants took part in the challenge. I'm Chalop Hansana Rula. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Newsline. Swadee Ka.